Okay, we're live. Welcome. Hello, ladies. My name is Taylor Thompson. We're live here in the She Network. We're sharing her excellence together. So it's Tuesday with Taylor, and I have an incredible guest I cannot wait to introduce you to. So, sometimes, they say that, you have your gold nuggets right in your own backyard. And so I can't wait to share her and her genius with all of you. So as you're coming on, let us know you're here. Let us know where you're coming in from. We want to hear from shouts and loves and all of that stuff. And also let StreamYard know that it's your name, because otherwise we just see Facebook users. So give them permission so I can see who's coming on. So Whitney Cagle-Johns, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You look so adorable. Ladies, I was just sharing with her like her cute little top that she has on here. It's amazing. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. But as you know, we talk to women, we talk about women genius, we talk about women entrepreneurs, and definitely this beautiful lady embodies them all from my perspective. And I met her. She actually lived in my little hometown here in Texas. She's a Texas girl just like me, and a mom entrepreneur. So I can't wait for you guys to hear more about her. And she's got lots of great things to share. So not only is she an entrepreneur in the network marketing space and total genius rock star, but she also has an online boutique as well. So she's multifaceted in the entrepreneurial space. So we're going to give you lots of ways to save money. And I'm also going to be giving away a ticket today for Ratemakers Live. So as you're coming on and you tag somebody, right? You tag somebody in this group or add somebody into this group, your name's going to go into a drawing for a ticket giveaway. I gave away 4 tickets last week. So Miss Dr. Wendy Labatt, Tina Torres, Mindy Rosen, and Alicia McElhaney. So 4 tickets last week. I'm going to give another 6 tickets this week. So guys, come on, let's go. All right, Whitney, let's talk. Tell me all about your genius. So I met you and you shared an amazing story. So let's talk about it.
Yeah. So we live in Lucas, Texas now. I have 2 girls, 16, just turned 16, so just got her driver's license, and 12. My husband is a high school football coach in Texas high school. He's coached college too. And so, for the first 15 years of our marriage, we lived paycheck to paycheck. Really, I was a school counselor. He was a coach. And we moved to a town called Midlothian, and I was only able to get a part-time counseling job there. We were definitely a 2-income family. And so really out of honestly desperation and just needing to make another $2,000 a month, I started with the nudging of some friends, started an online boutique, and it turned into something that within a year, I was able to retire from counseling and do full time. And that just taught me a lot about entrepreneurship and how amazing it is to work for yourself. And then I got into network marketing, got into a company.
I'm going to pause here a minute, because I think this is, because right there, that story right there speaks to so many women. First of all, they can understand living paycheck to paycheck first. And, for those of you who are not from Texas and you don't understand Texas football, it is life, right?
Yes.
Everything. Yes. Being a coach's wife is, you're literally almost a single mom, right?
100%.
And, people don't realize that, coaching salaries, you think that you make a lot of extra money, but the reality is for the time that coaches invest, because it's basically just a teaching salary plus a small stipend for the coaching aspect, which is where all their energy goes to. And whenever you start adding in the hours for the money that they get, it's like sometimes $2 and $3 an hour. Whenever you start putting it into that perspective, it's almost sad, right?
For sure. It's, he works right now during football season, he works 7 days a week. And gets home usually around 8 every night. And so, leaves the house at 4:30 in the morning, gets home at 8. Yeah. It's definitely something you have to be passionate about. And so, with my other business, I retired him for 2 years and he decided to go back. So he just loves it, and that's
So I wanted to really paint that picture because sometimes, whenever you say coach's wife or whatever, I really wanted to put that in perspective to let the ladies know, yes, you're married. Yes, you have a supportive spouse. However, being an entrepreneur as a coach's wife, you're literally juggling all the balls.
Everything. 100%. Yeah. Running my kids everywhere. I mean, it all falls on me for sure, especially during the season. And Jason's great. He helps a ton. He's very supportive and he'll do what he can when he gets home. But I mean, last night I was running, picked up from school, ran to a birthday party, picked up from the birthday party, ran to soccer, ran and grabbed dinner, ran back to get soccer. I mean, it is crazy. And so it's definitely challenging juggling all of that. And so you have to really kind of time block and plan your days and things like that.
Yeah. So anyway, I just really wanted to kind of put it all in perspective because it really does make a difference because especially whenever not only you're juggling one business, but now you're juggling, now you're juggling two businesses. So let's take it. So you had this online boutique, which was doing, for you to retire your husband and make up for his income says a lot as a woman entrepreneur. So what got you into the network marketing? Taking on another business is why?
Yeah. So I didn't ever want to be a part. I had that stigma about network marketing, right? That a lot of people do. And that has totally changed 100%. I think it's the best industry in the world to really leverage, your time against what you're making. And so I started selling Synergence, which was lip scents in my boutique. I just wanted to sell the product. I did not want to build a team. But I decided one day that, why am I not building a team? This is crazy. That's where a lot of money can be made in network marketing. And so I posted a post, and throughout that month, I ended up signing up 90 ladies to be on my team. Mm-hmm. And, that turned into a $5,000 to $10,000 a month income. And I did that for about a year. And then another opportunity came along and I told my husband he was going to do it. I was like, you're going to sign up for this and you're going to do it. I'm doing, lip scents. You're going to do this. And he was like, he had seen when I first told him about lip scents, he was like, that's crazy. Who's going to buy that much lipstick? He thought it was just crazy. We'd never been a part of anything like this. And so he signed up for the business. He was going to work it. Well, I thought, I'll help him out. I'll make a post and point people towards him. Well, it exploded.
So let's stop right there. Okay. So, because there's a lot of, I see here all these little rabbit trails that, we can touch on because, okay, so having an online boutique, you have this stigma against network marketing, as do a lot of people. Yes. Because I always say, people don't know what they don't know, right? They don't know because they've only gone on other people's opinion. And so you have preconceived ideas about what does that look like? What does that actually really mean until you actually have a full-blown experience with it and you go, okay, this makes complete sense. And a lot of people, and I normally don't talk about names of companies here, but whenever you put it in perspective as to how in the world could you make that kind of money, that's a 6-figure income just on one product. That's crazy. Most people would not believe you could do that with one product. So that's such a great story in and of itself. Sure. And I'm sure your husband was like, how could you sell that much lipstick?
He did. He was like, this is crazy. But it opened his eyes. And so when another opportunity came along, he was open to it.
Right.
And one of our coaches who actually lives in Prosper is the one that signed us up. And so I just was like, maybe we can make an extra couple $1,000s a month, with you doing this. And it turned in our first year, we made over $1 million. It just
whoa. Wait, okay. Everybody stop the press. So you're telling me your very first year in network marketing, doing a part-time network marketing company, you made $1 million.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of bonuses built in, but it was crazy. It was absolutely, so needless to say, made that post, it exploded, signed up about 200 people over the next 8 weeks, and that turned into 10,000 people. So I resigned from Synergence because I felt like, there's no way. And we both went in. So after football season, he retired and we both went in full time and, traveled and helped our team do meetings. And I really needed him at that point because it exploded so much. I was getting overwhelmed. I was still trying to run my boutique. And then I was, doing this full time. And so ended up hiring somebody to run my boutique. And, just to tell you a little bit about that, hired somebody to run it. My sales continued to decline over the next 2 years. Got so low that I wasn't even making barely enough to pay her. I was having to use my money from my business to pay her. And I will tell you, over the last year, I've kind of taken that taking that on. And since September of last year, when I let her go, to now, my sales have 10x'd. So I tell that story to tell you, just because you're somewhere right now doesn't mean a year from now you're not going to be somewhere else. So just because your business is slow, or you're struggling, or you're frustrated right now, don't stop. Perseverance matters. So every month we just, I set goals, and, I have a really, really high goal for that. But a year ago, I thought I was going to have to close it. And I just kept going. I kept pedaling. I kept, working it. And there were days where I was frustrated. There were days where I was like upset. How did I let this happen? But a year later, we're, back double what it was before. And so
let's talk about that right now, because so many times, and because I think the idea behind what you were wanting to do resonates with a lot of people. And what I'm going to point out, the pony in this, if you will, the plus side of what you were doing. Whenever the best definition of time management is not doing something someone else can do.
Right.
And so whenever you've got multiple businesses and you're wearing multiple hats, I think it was very wise on your part to outsource, or to find somebody that you could help manage, run, leverage, whatever. And even though it may have been the wrong person at that moment or in that time, the idea was solid, right? Yeah. Idea was right. That's the first thing. The next thing is, to your point, is that, we all have ebbs and flows in businesses, right? Depending on wherever you are and whatever business that is. So you can't be like, oh my gosh, because you could have really easily thrown in the towel on that and just closed everything down. And to your point, okay, so wrong direction, wrong choice, but don't worry, because we all make wrong choices. We all come to wise in the road, but we go, okay, I shouldn't have done it this way. Let's backtrack, and now let's take another approach at it. Absolutely. And so I love I love that kind of mindset, because it's so important. It's so important in whatever business that you're in, to think, okay, I made a wrong choice. Let's back up. Let's rewind. Let's gather back up. Let's GPS what we're doing, what's working, go back to what's working, and start from there, and restart again, re-engage.
Absolutely. And now, so I did it all by myself for the last year, but I now have hired somebody just to ship for me. So I still do all the ins and outs, the pictures, the customer service, and all of that, but I do have someone. So the lesson I learned from that was, maybe don't give it all over. Give over, the part that, like you said, someone else can do easily. And then I just continued doing the other things myself, the customer service, the pictures, the posting, things like that. And eventually, as it grows, I will probably outsource some of that as well, but it won't be giving somebody the entire reins of just running the whole business for me.
I love that. So okay, so you have your online business, you have your network marketing business, but then talk about, because you actually had in this company that you were making $1 million your first year, you then had a shift in that business, right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that.
Ran really hard for 2 years, just all over the country. Like I said, Jason and I both running that. And last summer, our CEO and our director of sales left the company. And we were really close with both of them, and a lot of things changed. I personally did not feel like I could bring anybody in and they could have the success I had. We changed the entire comp plan. And so I really kind of just slowed down and stopped bringing people in, because I if I couldn't bring them in and help them be successful, I didn't feel comfortable bringing them in. So kind of stopped recruiting, continued working it, continued helping my team. But things had kind of slowed down. The momentum had definitely stopped or slowed down. And, just had some things happen with the culture and leadership of the company that changed that it was not okay with me. And so, about 6 months ago, I started kind of looking for something else that was a better fit.
So, and this is such a powerful conversation, Whitney. And I think it's a conversation that, to be honest with you, because of the position that I'm in, I hear these kind of different conversations because for whatever reason, the company, they change the product, they change the comp plan, they change the leadership at the top, and then whenever you change the leadership, typically you change the messaging, or you change the character, integrity, the culture, all of those dynamics that drew you to that company, right? Because it's all of those elements that draw you as to, okay, you resonate with, how it makes you feel, with their mission, with their vision, with their product, how it's helping and serving people change not only maybe their health or whatever the product or service is, their income, their finances with their family, and all of those things that drew you there. Whenever those things start altering and start changing, then it changes the whole dynamic. And sometimes people don't necessarily realize that. And I think a lot of people go through this process themselves and question, like, okay, is this really the right place for me now? Do I really connect? And whenever and I love the fact that you stay true to yourself. You stay true to who you are as a person and not compromise your value system for money.
Absolutely. Yeah. I walked away from a huge check. My check was still really good. But I don't know. It was hard to be in it when I wasn't passionate about working it anymore. And so we resigned and we started, with a new company, and it's not easy. We're rebuilding again, but I definitely feel a sense of relief to not be a part of that culture anymore. And, it just was not a positive culture, even though the products are amazing. And we saw so many lives changed, but it just wasn't a good fit anymore. And, that was hard though, very hard. There's still days where I get a little sad about it. I'm like, oh, I miss, this, or I miss that. And so it's definitely
it's almost like, and I think this is such a valuable conversation because it's like, I've been through a divorce, so I know what it's like, and I think that what happens is that you come in and you start, you build relationships with people and you make connections with people and you have friendships with people. And so whenever you leave for whatever reasons, and sometimes those, it has impact on those relationships. And I think, first of all, you really find out who your real friends are. That's one, right? And who was real and who was really a friend, or who, and the other thing is like you really find out who people are in I always say two areas, through adversity and through prosperity.
Sure.
And so that's hard to grieve a relationship that you thought was one way and turns out to be another one. Would that be true?
Absolutely. I had people that I really, really enjoyed getting to know that went on trips that honestly, like, unfriended me as soon as they found out. And I was like, that's really sad. That it was just about, the business. It's mind blowing that people, that was mind blowing to me, because I would never unfriend somebody just because they changed and did what was best for them.
Yeah.
There were a few that I was shocked. Because when I went to my new company, I was very careful. I didn't reach out to anybody. I didn't ask anybody to come with me. I simply posted on social media. If someone reached out to me, then I would chat with them about it, but I was very careful to do it with integrity. And so, yeah, I've seen it done without integrity. We had some leaders that left last year and they were messaging everybody. And so that was it was hurtful. And so I wanted to make sure that I did it correctly. And that's, kind of how I went about it. Just letting people come to me if they wanted to get more information.
I think there's so many lessons to be learned just in that alone. Especially whenever you go through the process and you see and you get to experience that. And I see this and hear about this so many different times, and I think it really comes down to the golden rule. Like, it's just treat people how you would want to be treated until you walk a mile in their shoes, you have no idea what it is. And
Right.
just treat people how you would want to be treated. It ultimately comes back to that. And so congratulations to you because at the end of the day, we have no control over what other people do. We only have control over what we do, and leading by example. So kudos to you. So now here you are, like, here's the plus side of all this. For me is like, if you can build $1 million business in a year with one company, that means that you have the skills to do it in another company. Yeah. That's what I know. Right? Because whenever you have that experience, there's a Latin phrase that Larry and I use. It's called a fortiori, which means if the greater can be achieved, the lesser can be achieved. You've already proved that the greater can be achieved, right?
Yes.
It's just a matter of doing those things under another umbrella. That's it.
Absolutely.
So there's no question that it's not going to happen again. So tell us about like where you are right now. Because now you're still juggling these two hats. How does that look like as a mom? And I'm going to equate you as a single mom. How do you balance 2 businesses, 2 children, being a wife? What does that look like for you? Can you give us some takeaways for the mom that's trying to do it all, right?
So, one of the things, it's been challenging with COVID because my kids were home instead of at school when I would work normally from that 8 to 3 time period. They were home. And so it was challenging. I will tell you, I had my 16-year-old daughter helping me every day almost. And so I just kind of paid her to help me. That was a blessing. That was awesome, teaching her how to, ship and be an entrepreneur and things like that. But eventually I do think you have to outsource things. I just hired somebody to help do my laundry because I couldn't keep up. And I would get stressed out because it was piled up, and so I think, as your businesses grow, you definitely have to it's okay to outsource some things and to say, I'm not good at this. I don't love this. And so I'd rather be working than doing laundry. So, can I make up that $100 I'm paying someone to do that? Absolutely, by working. And so I had a mentor tell me, what is your time worth? Is your time worth $100 an hour? If so, those jobs that you can pay for them. Yeah. And so, that's something I've outsourced. Eventually I'll probably, have an assistant or, I'd love to hire a chef. But I think as you grow, you just know what you're worth and think about those things that you can outsource that somebody can do for you or help you do.
Well, and so this right here, sometimes as you're growing your business, a lot of times, and especially women, because we have the mom guilt, we go, oh, well, either they say, I can't afford that right now. But sometimes, you've got to look at it. Can you afford not to?
Yes.
Because, you've got to look at, to your point, what is your time actually worth? How long is it taking you to do your laundry? And, could you have made, let's just say you're paying $100 a week for somebody to come keep your laundry up. Okay. How many customers would that mean? How long would it take you to get those customers to make up that income and to take that stress off of you, where you can be a better entrepreneur, a better mom, focus on what you need to do and do the things that only you can do, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's such great advice. And here's the other thing we forget. For those of you who don't listen, or Courtney Epps, she's like our tax lady, right?
If she's not your tax lady, she better be, because she just got us over 6 figures back on our taxes, y'all. I'm not kidding. So
her. It was absolutely amazing. And so we have this conversation. Just everything. If you're not creating write-offs in your business, if you're not taking that money that you're making and putting it back into the economy, if you will, that's can be a write-off to help because it's supporting you and your business to helping you further your business. Those are all write-offs. You can use that, like paying your laundry lady is a write-off on your taxes. And most people don't think like that. Being a member of the She Network, education or whatever you're a member of, whatever mastermind you're doing, all of those things are write-offs to your taxes. Don't forget about that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I know Courtney says if you're a part of a network marketing company, you can save $5,000 to $10,000 a year on taxes. So that's another reason everybody should have some kind of home-based business.
Yes.
Yeah. She's been incredible for us.
I love that. So, okay. So let's talk about, because, I would say, obviously you like network marketing, you love network, but I really get the feeling like you're super passionate about your boutique.
Yeah.
So can we talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah. I've really kind of, as I made a change, I really refocused on that, and I'm refocused on growing that. And you're right. The great thing about my boutique is it's only me. I have to worry about me. I don't have to worry about a team. I don't have to mess with any, not mess, but I don't have to, worry about helping someone, that needs help with their back office or whatever. It's really up to me. And I love that. I love, that it's up to me. I have to do it, and I don't have to really depend on anybody else. And so I really found a new passion for that, because I've realized that, it's, especially with everything going on online, is such a big thing right now. And I think everybody's looking for online shopping and things like that. So
I love that. So now, so let's, I'm so excited to announce this. So Whitney, we're going to talk about her boutique, but because you're She members, and because you're involved in the She Network, she is going to give you guys a discount as being a She member. So let's talk about that.
Yes. Yeah. So the best place to shop, I have an app. It's called Cupcakes into Your Boutique. It's just in the App Store. You just search Cupcakes into Your Boutique. I also have a VIP group on Facebook. It has about 55,000 people in it. And it's called Cupcakes into Your Boutique VIP. And there's a discount code. I'm going to create it as soon as I get off. It's going to be Taylor, lowercase t. And it's going to be 15% off any order that you place. So I go live every night at 8:30 with 2 or 3 items. And post those items for sale. And but the first people that are notified are the people that have the app. So a lot of my stuff does sell out very quickly, but if you download the app, you'll get a notification when an item goes live, and then the code is Taylor. You'll just put that in the discount code box, and you'll get 15% off.
Yay! That's so exciting. I love that. Now see, like this cute little shirt that she's wearing. Okay, guys, I love
Yeah.
leopard. Love any kind of animal print. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to have this shirt.
I know.
It's so cute because it has like a little pumpkin, but it has leopard on there. It's so trendy. It's so cute. And so ladies, like, listen, you guys are doing online shopping anyway. So go visit Whitney, download her app. You're going to get a discount. So I want you guys to get the best and have access to the best. So she's amazing at what she does. And so, okay. So any words of wisdom that you want to pour into the ladies as they're entrepreneurs? Some of you may be trying to build an online boutique. Some of you are in the network marketing space. So what kind of wisdom would you think that every single women entrepreneur needs to know and have in her toolbox?
So the biggest thing is, I would say, dream on paper. Get a piece of paper out, write down everything you want in your life, with your family, with your business, with your job, with your friends, vacations, car. Whatever you want in life, your best life. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it look like? And dream on paper. The second thing I would encourage you to do is get a life script and use those things that you dream on paper. Get a life script. I do affirmations every morning. I have an app called Think Up. And I have created affirmations for every area of my life. And I start every sentence with, I'm so thankful and grateful now that. So I'm so thankful and grateful now that my boutique is doing 500,000 in sales. I'm so thankful and grateful. I'm helping 10 women or 10 people make 6 figures in network marketing. So whatever you want, I'm so, thankful and grateful. I have a great marriage. Whatever you want in life, dream on paper, create those life scripts. spend 30 minutes before you get started every morning with a great morning routine. I divide that into 3 sections: self-development, which is a book or a podcast or whatever, or She Network, whatever. 15 minutes or then 10 minutes of my life script, and then I write my goal out 10 times. And so that 30 minutes, and I also meditate usually, that 30 minutes to an hour, I try to do an hour every morning, just sets my day off right. Your mindset is everything in business. Thoughts become things. And so always be mindful of your thoughts, but starting with a great morning routine has really just helped change my entire life. I know where I'm going. I have goals. I'm not just going to work and doing a job and running my boutique. I have a goal for my boutique. And so I have a daily goal, I have a weekly goal, and I have a monthly goal. So set those goals for yourself in every area of your life and create that morning routine that's going to help you further those goals and help you reach those goals.
Such great words of wisdom, ladies. I mean, I love everything that you said, and there's so many nuggets in everything that you just said right there. But the thing that I really want to tap into is that so many times that we forget that if you are not intentional with your day will run you. You either want to run your day or your day is going to run you. And what I mean by that is, because we're all busy wives and moms and entrepreneurs. And if you don't take this kind of information, what Whitney's sharing with you, it's so valuable, because so many times we go through the day and we get to the end of the day and we didn't do anything because there was no intention behind our methodology. There was no intention behind our activity. And so if your goal is to get 3 new customers today or whatever, then the activity will point in that direction, and there's intention there. If the activity is, if it's something that you need to do to get to the next step, you have to have the intentions behind it. So this is such a powerful thing. And so many times people go through the day and then they don't get anything done. And then what you do is then you beat yourself up and going, oh my gosh, I suck, blah, blah, blah. Then you do the negative self-talk and then repeat. And so this is such a great piece of advice. Now I want to ask you about this, because you were talking about like self-development, talk about like, so what are the things, like, do you have a go-to book that you like, that's your go-to book, or are you reading a book right now that you say, oh, this is the bomb? What kind of book or podcast are you currently using, or is your go-to that you could share with the ladies?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anything on mindset. I don't ever read, I'm always reading something that's going to help me be better. I don't ever, I don't really watch TV. I always am trying to just better myself. And so one of the books I'm reading now is called Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza.
I just started that book.
Yes. Oh my gosh. He has a series on Gaia called Rewired. It is incredible about just really healing yourself. Our thoughts are so powerful. I just think that we can literally heal ourselves with our thoughts. I mean, we can.
So I don't know if you saw my interview last week with Dr. Robin Braun. So she so I'm sharing this with you because in case you guys watching missed it too. So she was one of the ones, like, her first book that I read with her was The Believer's Guide to the Law of Attraction.
Write that down.
So it really, and because it really, what it did was it lined up scripture,
yes,
with your mindset, right? So it made you like go, okay, this is not woo-woo. This is not anything about, me. This is really like, it lined up and resonated with me. So she just launched her second book, and it's called Thrive. And what it is like, she now is like, because she's been in counseling and practice, she's a doctor, that all of these things applied, meaning exactly how you just said you lined up your day. I'm so happy and grateful now that, because she talks about frequency and how to keep your frequency high. The number one thing in how to keep your frequency high, which keeps your mindset high, which keeps your health intact, is gratitude. That's the highest form of frequency you can carry. And so anyway, so she just launched her second book called Thrive, and which ties into everything that you're saying. So I love Dr. Expenza.
Dispenza. Yeah.
And
I
anyways,
love that it's with scripture though. That's really cool because a lot of times people think, oh, that's not, I'm a Christian, so I don't believe in that. But so I'm going to have to go get that book because I had not seen that before. That's
yeah,
amazing.
it really resonated with me because I mean, like I personally, had a lot hard time with like that kind of thinking,
Yeah.
but it really helped me because she backed what she was saying up with scripture. So then it resonated with me. It made it like, okay, I can wrap my brain around that and I can align with what's being said because now there's something that supports it, that's not my flesh, right? So
I love what you said about gratitude too. One of the things that I do is before my feet hit the floor, I name 5 things I'm thankful for. Because if you have a job and you don't love your job and you're complaining about it, you're not going to be blessed with a better job if you're complaining about where your life is now, you're not going to receive those blessings. So the more gratitude you have for those little things, like if I see a penny on the ground, I'm like, thank you for sending me money, And so I pick it up. I don't leave it there. And I think gratitude is, like you said, so important. And a lot of us just don't have it. We complain, and I did before. And so that has completely changed for me. I'm just trying to show gratitude for every little thing that comes into my life that's good.
Well, this is now you're totally speaking my language because that was one of the things, like one of my mentors, Joyce Meyer, taught me, like, it's like the story of the Israelites, and not to get into all of this, but how they kept going around the same mountain. And so the phrase was, whenever you complain, you remain. And so whenever here's the thing, like whenever ladies, I'm just going to say this, whenever you see somebody winning in life, don't begrudge them.
Yes.
Celebrate with them. That's what this group and the She Network is about. This is about giving you the opportunity because whenever you encourage, whenever you bless someone, your blessing is right around the corner. But whenever you begrudge somebody that's winning and you can't encourage them and celebrate with them, you're blocking your own blessing.
Amen.
It's you have to be edifying, you have to be encouraging, and the more that you do it, your expectors go on and your blessing is coming right behind them. That's what I believe.
So true.
I just think to what Whitney's saying is so powerful, is just being thankful and appreciative for everything, because there's so many things that we can be grateful and thankful for.
Well, I think sometimes we see people have success and they think they're having success, so I can't. Like, there's enough room in the world for everybody to be successful. If we divided all the money in the world up, we would all be millionaires. There's enough room for everyone. Like, there's thousands of boutiques out there, or hundreds of thousands. So when I have someone reach out to me and ask me questions, I don't say, hey, I don't have time to answer you. I help them because I truly believe there's enough room for everyone to have success if they want it.
Powerful, such a powerful thing, because whenever you help, no matter what business it is, whenever you help people get what they want, what you want comes in return.
Absolutely.
And so now you have an app, it's called Think Up too?
Yes, it's an app. Looks like a little orange. Let's see, where's mine? Yeah, it looks like a little, I don't know if you can see that. Whoops. Right there.
Okay. Yeah. So they can
and you record. The whole goal of it is you record your affirmations, as you can see, and you play them. So it plays it back to you every morning in your. They even have different affirmations for, like, so here's one for self-confidence. So you click that and it gives you, different affirmations. Like, I choose happiness no matter what the circumstances are. I'm willing to step out of my comfort zone. I have something special to offer the world. So you can choose those and add those to your affirmations. So they have affirmations. You can make your own, but you record it and then it plays for you. So first thing when you get out of bed, play it. It will start your day off. It will start your day off right.
Such great tools. Ladies, we've given you lots of great tools today. We've given you discounts if you're just tuning in. You got to go back. And Whitney, if you wouldn't mind going back in the feed and putting the exactly where to go to access the Cupcake and Share Boutique, the group, if you can put the link in there.
I will.
Put the group code where they can get a 15% discount that you've been so gracious to offer the ladies. Wow, wow, wow. This has been such a fun interview. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So, any last words of wisdom you'd like to share with the ladies?
Just get out there, be bold. You are limitless and you can achieve anything you want. You just have to believe it.
You are limitless. I love that. Okay. All right, ladies, thank you so much. I'm going to say bye to you privately, Whitney. But ladies, you have a blessed, amazing day. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you got lots of value, got lots of notes, and be blessed. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.